Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you perking good. So, Creepshow Art and everything entailed in that. Good Lord, y'all have had a lot of questions, highly requested. So I'm going to get into your questions in my handy dandy sticky note. Going to dig into that today. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive. And in these videos, we take a look at the tea with the tarot. These are always meant to be helpful, not hateful. So if you are down with that, join the family here. We'd love to have you. So, in addition to subscribing and clicking the notification bell, you can become a member of the Perk Squad if you would like to, 4 or 5 extra perks, including exclusive videos and video shout outs. You can just click the link in the description box below or the join button below, whichever, if that's something that interests you. So, speaking of video shout outs, shout out to you, Katie Voss. Shout out to you, Katie Voss. I know I've seen you in the comments about like, ooh, do the Creepshow Art reading, and so I'm like, okay, I'm getting there. I'm gonna give this to you. I'm gonna send this your way. So we're gonna dig right into that. I'm gonna pull up the cards right here and move this microphone right here. Penelope matching mama with the whites here. Good job, Penelope, matching mama. All right, as I get shuffled up here, it's been days since I've been able to do a video. I've been wanting to do a video on this and some other stuff. I've been itching to do them, and go figure, camera shuts down. Thanks, Mercury retrograde. Then I got the camera up and working, and I lost power to the entire damn house for hours and hours. And I was like, ugh. So couldn't film anything then. So then finally got the power up and going. And Mercury retrograde decides, that was a shit shuffle. Mercury retrograde decides we're not done with her yet. Let's knock the internet out of her whole house. And so, yeah, I lost internet and I had to use a shitty little weak ass hotspot for the last 5 days, where I could do basic things like be on Twitter or write on the community tab, but I couldn't stream anything, like, couldn't stream anything on the Roku, no Netflix, no YouTube, nothing. Couldn't upload anything, so couldn't have download and upload speeds for things. So I actually have not been able to watch videos on Creepshow Art. I've been having to just see some updates along the way on Twitter. So all these things that y'all have seen and y'all are like, ooh, based on so-and-so's video, what now? I hadn't seen it. I don't know. So I got some questions here, your basic questions. We'll try to get through as many as we can here. If we end up going over time, then I will go ahead and do an extended video for the Perk Squad, since they haven't had one in a while because my power and everything, Mercury retrograde decided to wreak some havoc on me, so I might be doing that today. We shall see. Alrighty, let's dig into this. The questions on my list. First and foremost, did Creepshow Art do what she is being alleged of doing? Why? If so, if she did, then why? Another question I've seen, is there anyone else to blame? Is it possible that it was someone else? Then another question, what about the future of all of this? And also question from Katie Voss, who is our little shout out today for the video, is Emily Artful safe? So we're going to look into those things and see how far we get here on the main video before we transition to a Perk Squad video. So, like to get as much context as I can for y'all. And please let me say, this whole thing, all alleged, just my interpretation, okay? All alleged, just my interpretation. Okay? Good. All right, so let's start. Allegedly, does Creepshow Art have some sort of fault, culpability, blame, involvement in some capacity over this situation of the things she's being blamed for? which would be talking shit on her friends on lolcow, whatever, impersonating some other people, acting like, oh, they're other people and not her, when really they're her, talking about her, talking to herself even, through other accounts, and even, potentially doing bad stalker-ish things to this person named Emily Artful. So, is there for real any culpability, blame, fault, anything like that? Is there any participation that she did? We'll look into that first to see. Oh, shit. We're starting out here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Wow. So, without any context, getting any extra context on this, where the guides are already starting, look at this. We see a King of Cups and a Queen of Cups. In the tarot, this is a married couple, okay? In the tarot, it's a married couple. So in real life, it is also a couple. And we do know by seeing things on Twitter, and y'all probably have seen in videos that I can't wait to watch. I'm itching to watch them now that I got power. That this would be Creepshow Art and her husband / boyfriend / whatever they are. I think it's her husband. I'm going to say husband as we're talking here, and if I am wrong and it's her boyfriend, then please correct me below, and I apologize for the mistake. But she and her husband right here. Now, he's in the upright position, she's in the reverse position. And remember, when we get reversals, sometimes it means people are in a disadvantaged position. Sometimes it means people done fucked up. So, I want some more context cards on that, on her, to see, are we looking at a disadvantage? Are we looking at she fucked up? Or some weird combination of both? So, y'all, first layout of the video, and already it's spicy hot. Lord help. Ooh. Emperor's all about driving forward in career. Temperance card is about timing. So maybe about timing of things coming out. Because didn't she or someone write this stuff on lolcow for like years? And now it's coming out? Ooh, shit. This doesn't look good, y'all. Eight of Pentacles. This is, I'm working on it. This is something that you would see if we're doing something, practicing it, doing something, taking time on it, spending a lot of time, repeat, rinse, repeat. Ooh, Seven of Swords and Four of Swords here. So, oh man. Interestingly enough, this is already trying to answer 3 different questions we have down here. Just with these cards that we're already pulling out and where it's going, they're like, you know what? Don't take time to do one question at a time. We're just going to start telling you a story and letting it all play out. And we'll get you your answers by and by as we tell the story. Because this is already answering, allegedly, did she do it? It is also answering, allegedly, why? And it is also answering, allegedly, is there anyone else to blame? So, the fact that we get husband's card here, and the fact that down here with the Ten of Pentacles is also a marriage card, it does look like there is something about their union together that plays a big part in this, which to me allegedly seems like she does not act alone in this. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. When I said I saw these 2 cards, I was like, oh, damn, Seven of Swords, Four of Swords, both in reverse here. We also have those right above here from the Hermit. This is like, I don't feel like I'm good enough. I have a lot of inner criticism. I have a lot of inner doubts. I am really hard on myself. And so here I go into myself, like reflect into myself, ruminate on these things, and it's spilling out some type of way. So not trying to give excuses or, excuse any kind of behavior that Creepshow Art may have done, but it looks like a case of, how when somebody feels, sometimes, this is not always the case, but sometimes if people feel really shitty about themselves, they don't like themselves a lot, they're very critical of themselves, they don't see themselves in a very good light, maybe have some self-hatred and things like that, that their misery spills out onto other people, and sometimes they can project that onto other people, and it's like, let me level out this person, let me take them down a peg or two to make myself feel better. People that do things like that, and allegedly we're seeing this type of behavior go on here. So in terms of the why, what this is starting to look like here, before we get any other context on it, is that Creepshow Art is the type to basically not feel good with herself and within herself, and, not particularly like herself too much. And because of her feeling like this, it feels nice to tear other people down, because as you're tearing other people down somehow, then that makes you feel better. There's some sort of a sense of that. Like, this makes me feel in control. This makes me feel powerful. This makes me feel capable. This makes me feel like I have a moral superiority, a high ground of sorts, whatever. Because she needs something to make her feel those things, because she doesn't already feel those things naturally just by virtue of existing. And so doing these actions for some time helps her to feel that. Just from what I'm seeing here, and specifically these 3 cards, giving me a lot of those vibes. So I feel like, again, allegedly, there is some of that psychological dynamic going on here. So we have the psychological dynamic that we're looking at. We have hubby over here that we're looking at. And it is looking like there is some sort of culpability here. It doesn't look, I'm not getting cards that are like, listen, I'm totally innocent. I've done nothing of these things. This is all made up. This is all somebody else. I'm not seeing that here. I'm not. Let me pull more on him, though. I want to know more about husband's involvement in this. I want to know if he's a key major player in this, or if it's basically all her and he's, would get lumped into it some kind of way. I want to know about that. So let's see a little bit more on him. Ooh, King of Wands on top of him. High Priestess on top of that. Lord, 6 of Swords. Oh, shit. This doesn't look good for Creepshow. Ooh, man. Okay, y'all. I said some prayers before I did this one, because I'm like, I am aware that this one might get heavy and might get negative. And I am sweating through this fucking hoodie, but we're going to get through it. So, King of Cups, some sort of a driving force, and yet then we have this female person coming in. After this female person comes in, this moves. This is a card about movement, moving, going from one thing to another. So things moved after that female involvement came in. Then we see, since this is on husband's stack, this is talking about him falling out of that role, and the Fool card coming up here. The Fool card I don't usually take literally, like, oh, you're a fool, you played yourself, whatever. But in this case, I am getting that vibe here. In this case, I am. So, oh man, how do I put this? This is giving off vibes like, you know how in those romantic movies you watch these people and you're like, you make me want to be a better person, and all that kind of stuff, and you see all that sappy cry shit on those movies. This is kind of like the opposite of that. It's like my inner pain meets your inner pain, and together we morph that, and we're unstoppable in that way. So it feels like, again, allegedly, that in some ways it's like a union of two people with some hurts and some insecurities and some self-loathing, and they kind of just gel because of that. And when you have that kind of fusion, per se, that has the potential to cause some shit if the perfect storm aligns. And it's looking like here there was an influence in that way. So, to be fair to Creepshow Art, I am not seeing that she is totally alone in this process. She is the only person that ever did anything wrong in this, whatever. I am seeing some huge, heavy influence over here in her husband's cards. I am seeing a lot of influence there. But I am seeing cards about once the female entered, things shifted and moved forward, and the old way dropped out of being. And so it kind of looks like, man, how do I, this is really hard to do because, you say things live that you don't get to look back and edit and make sure you have the perfect words to say. So I'm just trying to be very careful here. Again, this is all alleged, just my interpretation. But this is like when you have somebody that's this way, they get influenced by somebody else and they morph into something and take it from there. So it feels like her husband may have not been the best influence on her, in that he either added to the things that were building within her, or he did not support them in going away as much as maybe he could have, and she kind of went her own way from there, made her own decisions from there. So I'm just seeing some weirdness around this stuff. Okay. Whew. All right. Let's all breathe. We're getting through this. All right. Let's see. What other context do I want here in terms of, her doing things? Okay. Let's specifically ask about the lolcow posts of like pretending to be, other people talking about Creepshow Art when really it's Creepshow Art talking about herself, things like that. So let's see about that, the validity of that. Oh shit. Okay, so let me preface this by saying I read Creepshow Art's statement that she put up saying her stalker of however long she feels that this is her doing, but that doesn't, to me, quite look like this. Because what I'm seeing here, and again, I apologize if I'm saying anything that y'all are like, we know that already. Meh. I'm telling you, I've been out of the internet for 5 fucking days. I haven't been able to stream videos and watch things, so I'm at the mercy of little things here and there I might see on Twitter. So with my weak ass hotspot, that's about all I could get. So what I'm looking at here. Knight of Wands, moving forward. 2 of Wands, planning. Knight of Cups, this is giving me something emotionally. Death card, something put an end to it, something stopped. Because this King of Swords here, usually that comes up to represent people like attorneys, people that are like here to slice out the bullshit, that type of vibe. Whether this was an attorney or someone who acted with that, let me cut out the bullshit type of vibe, whoever this is. And then boom, the Empress card, the person who was planting seeds to see how those seeds would grow, they're in the reverse position here. It didn't work out the way it was supposed to or whatever. This doesn't look good for her. This does look like she's not innocent of these things. Allegedly, just my interpretation. This looks like there's involvement. So if one of the possibilities is that it would have been someone else and not her, then what I am seeing is, yes, it does look like her husband could be involved in some of this stuff that she's been accused of. So I'm not seeing it as being she's the only person ever. But I'm not seeing a situation that looks like she was totally innocent. She had no idea this shit was going on. I don't see that. Okay? What's interesting here, let me just throw this out here too, because this popped into my head a couple days ago when I was seeing all this kind of breakdown. So let me pull these up and start reshuffling while I'm telling you this. I have literally seen one Creepshow Art video in my entire life. One. And I don't even remember what it was. I don't recall. It wasn't recent, so it was, maybe 2 years ago or more. I don't know. It wasn't super recent. But I remember seeing one video, and it's so interesting that literally the only thing about Creepshow Art that I really remembered from the video was the statement that she made. And I was wondering, why is this statement stuck in my head? Why did that statement make an impact on me? That statement of all statements. And now, with all of this going on, it hits different. She said something to the effect of course, I watched this video like however long ago, possibly years ago. I may be paraphrasing here. I may not have the exact verbiage right. But she said something to the effect of, I work still. I don't do just YouTube. I work still. I'm not about to quit my day job because YouTube is a kind of environment that is totally volatile, and you never know, if it's gonna be what you need. It could end at any time, and so I'm never gonna quit my job because I need something I can count on, and I can't count on YouTube to be around or to continue or be what I need it to be forever, kind of thing. Some sort of a statement along those lines. And I remember thinking like, oh, she's got and whenever it was that I looked, I think it was around 200,000 subscribers or whatever. I have no idea what she's at now. But I remember looking at that and being like, oh, wow, she's got so many subscribers. Usually when you see somebody of that size, their whole aim is, I can't wait to quit my job so that I can do this full time. And I remember thinking about that, and I remembered my first thought was okay, wow, that's really smart of her to always have a backup plan financially. Cool, whatever. And then the other part of me was why would she think that the YouTube rug would get ripped out from under her, though? Why would she think that it wouldn't be around? What would happen? And then this is going on now, and that was the singular phrase I remembered from the video, so much so that I don't even remember what video it was and what she was actually doing a video on and who she was actually speaking about. I don't remember. I remember that phrase or sentence or whatever that she said. Isn't that weird that that's what's stuck in my head and this is what's happening now? I wonder if that was some weird like premonition thing she was having, or if she knew she was doing stuff that could potentially mean that one day something, if something got found out, she wouldn't be able to stay on YouTube or something, I don't know. I'm just saying it's weird. So, okay. Ooh, Penelope, I poked you in the eye. Sorry, bitch. All right. So, 25 minutes in. Let's dig on into this. So, my questions. Did she do it? It's looking allegedly so. Why? We explained some stuff on there. Anyone else to blame? Not in the way that her statement sounded, but yes, in terms of other people's influence, namely her husband that came up here. So, is Emily safe, and what's the future of all of this? So, okay. Let's look at this. Let's take a look at this. Is Emily safe? Anything the spirit guides feel like we are allowed to know, able to know about Emily and her family's safety based on what's going on here. Emily Artful. Believe she just made a really long video on it. I am so ready to dig in to see what she has to share. I saw on Twitter that she was saying she was putting a lot of receipts together, so I imagine that's why it's so long. There's a lot of receipts. So we shall see. Okay. This is not inherently bad from what I'm seeing, but I would like to get clarity on these two things right here. This so far is looking good for Emily, though. Okay, so from what I'm looking at, and this is again all alleged, and I would never have someone make decisions of their safety based on a tarot reading. So let me put that out there right now. If somebody were to be like, well, let Emily see this, Emily Artful, so she can see that things are safe and there's nothing to worry about, and then she would, let me relax and, not worry about it, and then something were to happen or whatever, you should never make big decisions and things like that based solely on cards. You always use your own intuition. You consult with other types of professionals, law enforcement, stuff like that. So I just want to throw that out there, that again, as I'm doing this piece talking about Emily Artful's safety, that this is all alleged. It is just my interpretation, and it is not meant to be taken in replacement of any of those things. I have to say that, because when we're talking about safety, I need to put a disclaimer in there. That's very important to me. Okay, thank you for allowing me to have that. So from what I'm seeing here, I don't see Emily Artful being in danger of something happening from Creepshow Art, or this situation with her or with her husband or whatever. I am so far, personally, I'm not seeing something that seems too worrisome here. I get the Ace of Swords, which in reverse, which is like we're not really moving forward on something. In fact, with the Eight of Cups in reverse, this is a permanent walking away from something. This here with the Four of Swords in reverse, because something has come out. With the Seven of Wands upright, because she has taken up a defense mode. This is somebody defending something. This is somebody not letting go and stepping down. They're defending themselves. So it's like if she feels like she has to defend herself from all these wands right here, and a King of Wands as well. I don't know if Emily Artful has a husband or a partner or is married or anything like that. If so, that person would come up as the King of Wands. If she does not, then this is somebody who in some way has her back. If it's not like officially a partner. I don't know anything about Emily Artful. With the Three of Wands in reverse, this is like I'm waiting for my ships to come in, waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for something to happen from these people, and it doesn't happen. I don't see Creepshow Art being a threat to her. I'm getting kind of confused because I don't know if she was saying Creepshow Art was the threat to her, or if it was the husband being a threat to her, or both. Again, I haven't got to see that yet. I just saw that she said she has receipts on Creepshow Art being a bad person, and that she had dated Creepshow Art's husband in the past or something, like that was her ex. I saw her write that on Twitter. People were retweeting that. I read that. So this is like, I'm looking and waiting for this to happen, but it doesn't actually happen. The Magician card in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, or well, Knight of Wands upright. I keep saying, whenever I mess up and I call something reverse or upright and it's the other way, it's just because my mind and mouth are not going the same fucking speed. I am aware of the directionality of the card that I'm looking at. My mouth is apparently not aware of it. This is hard to explain. Let me get more cards on it. I'll tell you what I mean. Spirit, give me some pictures here or something that I can explain here on these two cards. Okay, so what they're trying to give me here to explain this is, yes, people are going to be angry with what she did. Yes, people are going to want to say something, do something, act on it some kind of way. However, I am not seeing the action happen because wands are an action suit. They're fire. I am not seeing the action happen. In fact, I am seeing this water cup get extended. This is like things are, okay, I'm bringing you an emotional gift from the universe kind of a thing. So to me, the vibe that this is giving me allegedly is we couldn't do something to harm Emily because we would be the ones that everyone would say they have the motive. And that would be stupid. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's kind of like on Tiger King, where everybody is like, oh, Carol Baskin's husband is missing. It had to be her. She was the one with the motive to kill him, kind of thing. And so it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like people are smarter than to let something bad happen to people when they know my head would be the first one on the block. You know what I mean? So to me here, it is looking like, no, we would be less likely to do that. We're going to keep our heads down and not do that, because if something bad were to happen to Emily, we know we would be the ones to get looked at, and we don't want to be the ones getting looked at here. So Katie Voss, this is looking okay. This is looking like, in terms of, does Emily have anything to worry about for her safety from Creepshow Art and, husband, boyfriend, whatever? I'm not seeing that here. I'm not seeing that here. Does that mean other people might be angry with her and want to try some things or be scary and do some things? That's possible. However, I am not seeing the worst of the worst. These are not bad cards. These are not like, oh my gosh, every day from here on out is going to be a living nightmare and nothing with her safety is ever guaranteed and it's the worst of the worst and, devil card upright and all that. I'm not getting that kind of stuff here. So this feels manageable. This feels doable. Okay? Whew, y'all, I'm sweating it up. Lord, help me. Lord, help me. This is a lot. Okay, so let me shuffle these up. All right. Ooh, 3333 on my recording clock. It's 3333 when I looked down. Y'all, 3333. That is a damn sign if there ever was one. I am telling you what. Wow. All right. Because it's been over 30 minutes, I'll go ahead and move on to the Perk Squad Extended and just do a little bit extra for the Perk Squad Extended. Last little 10-15 minutes maybe for the Perk Squad Extended. Checking into the future of this or any little extras like that. As always, we do the bulk of everything here, so no worries. we covered a lot of context here. And if you'd like a private reading with me, my website is in the description box below, BeasTalksAndTarot.com. You can schedule a private reading with me. All my services there on the service tab. Everything you need to want to know, all on my website are in the description box. So stay tuned, Perk Squad, coming at you with another video. And again, if you'd like to join the Perk Squad, link in the description box below or join button below, whatever. But let's stay tuned, y'all. Tell me what you think about everything going on. Do you feel like, in terms of the answers we've gotten, any of y'all had the same kind of feelings, or the cards saying something that, like, anybody have any extra little pieces of information that the cards are validating here or something like that? And then you let me know. So, alrighty, y'all. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm gonna try to make more videos now that my internet's back. Fingers fucking crossed, y'all. Alrighty. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, love you minute. Bye, love you minute. Bye, y'all.